I'm going to actually start with the second idea. The second idea is connection. And I'm starting with that because that is 80 or 90% of parenting. Because until we have a relationship with someone where they trust us and they want to follow our guidance and our lead, they won't do what we say. That's true for adults and it's true for children. So if you want your child to cooperate without threats and punishment or bribes or yelling at them, if you want your child to cooperate, you need a relationship of closeness, of trust, where your child wants to do what you say, wants to follow your lead, doesn't want to disappoint you because they love you and they're close to you. So that's connection. And it is, as I say, maybe guidance and teaching your child is 20% of parenting at most. At most. 80% of it is that warm connection with your child where you delight in who they are and you have a warm, happy, affectionate relationship. That's one. I'm going to talk about coaching next because every child is still a child by definition. Every child will exhibit childish behavior. And what does that mean? Sometimes it means they don't know the right way to do things. They don't know that they, put their feet up on the chair or the couch when they visit their grandmother. But sometimes they know and they do it anyway. And that would drive a parent crazy, right? So why are they doing that? Well, they're doing it because they have some unmet need. In this case, maybe they didn't get to run around outside today and they're very active because that's how children are. They need to be physical. They need to run around. They need to be outside. So maybe that's the need that's unmet. Or sometimes there's some feelings that they need some help with. Maybe they're very angry. Maybe they're angry because someone said no to them. And it might even be that you said no for a good reason. No more treats now. It's too close to dinner. It might be a good reason, but you said no and they're angry at you. So they're trying to show you how angry they are. So they purposely put their foot on their grandmother's chair, right? Which of course would make you crazy. But what they need help with there is the feelings. They need help to say to you, I'm so disappointed. I wish I could have more treats. I'm really hungry, right? Instead of saying, I'm mad and I'm going to show you. So when we help children with their feelings, they become able to articulate those feelings. They don't have to act them out by misbehaving, right? And they also, their feelings are more under their conscious control. They're more able to regulate themselves and stop themselves from doing things that they want to do. We all feel like doing things we shouldn't do, that we know better. As adults, we have a fully developed prefrontal cortex. And even then, we can't always control ourselves very well. But children, their prefrontal cortex is still developing until age 25, at least, age 25. So we know they can't think ahead. They don't realize the chair will get dirty. They don't realize their grandmother will feel offended. They need some help from us to guide them, but they also need some help from us for those feelings so they can manage the feelings appropriately. So that's coaching the child. Because if you just punish them for putting their foot on her couch or her chair, then they aren't getting help with the feelings. So they're still going to be misbehaving, right? Even if they do something else, like throw their food on the floor when they finally get it, they'll still be misbehaving. So we need to help them with the feelings. And now I'm going to circle around to the first thing, her parents' ability to regulate their own emotions, because you can see that you can't do these other two things, connection and coaching. You can't do them unless you can self-regulate. It's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. The child purposely puts their foot on their grandmother's chair and you just want to smack them. Really, most parents are just like, no, you know better than that. You're embarrassed. Your mother-in-law is looking at you. You know your child just did the wrong thing. You're embarrassed. It's very hard to self-regulate. But when we can self-regulate, we learn that we're much better at coaching our children. And also, it's the only way to connect with them. When we're yelling, when we're shouting at the child, if we're smacking the child, they're not connecting with us. So they're not open to our guidance, to our influence. So those are the three big ideas. And these are not just my ideas. These are based in the research. The research shows that we have no influence without connection. The research shows that when children are emotion coached, they are better able to self-regulate and cooperate. And the research shows that parents can't do these things without some work on themselves, without learning to regulate their own emotions.